So, what's the current status? Will Russia invade? What's their game plan? Let's find out. Joining me now, Russia's ambassador to Canada, Oleg Stepanov. Ambassador, always good to talk to you again. You and I spoke earlier in the week, and you said Russia had no intention of invading Ukraine. I know your government has reiterated that. Why should anyone believe that your country is not going to invade when you've got over 100,000 combat-ready troops close to the border? Your country invaded Ukraine in 2014 and illegally took the Crimean Peninsula, and you've still got armed forces in the Donbass region. So why should Canada or any country believe that you won't invade?
Hello, Ivan. Thank you for having me. It's good to be back. And can I ask you questions in return to your question? What would be the reason for Russia to invade Ukraine?
You could tell me what the reason is to have 100,000 troops right on the border for a lot longer than any kind of military exercise. They have naval missions there. There's cyber attacks. I'd love to know the reason why you're doing it. That would be fantastic to find out.
Well, speaking about cyber attacks, nobody blamed Russia on the recent ones. And you know,
the Ukrainians have blamed the Russians.
They always do. But your government didn't. And obviously, Black Sea is also a Russian sea, and we have naval presence there permanently as a part of our national navy building. And as we spoke before, having troops on our own territory, whether it is on the border of one or another country, it's our sovereign decision. But once again, and my government reiterated it several times, and I once again can assure you there are no intentions, no desire, and no will for Russia to engage in any military conflict or military operations vis-a-vis Ukraine.
So why not just move? Let's try to just hew closely to the reality. If that's the case, sir, and we all hope it is, and you know the temperature is extremely high. The NATO alliance is deeply concerned, as is Ukraine. They believe an invasion could be imminent. If Russia wants to show it has no intention of invading, simply move the troops, move the tanks away from the border. De-escalate a situation that Russia is responsible for escalating.
Well, once again, it's a matter of perception. If the United States and the West propaganda spin would like to portray the way that Russia concentrates troops in one or another area, just with the planning to invade Ukraine, well, this is one thing. But, you know, it's like presenting Russia as irrational megalomaniac, just doing something in order to do something bad.
But Canada and NATO countries have warned Russia that if there is any kind of incursion, any invasion, there will be deep sanctions on Russia. They will be severe sanctions. They also believe that you're trying to your country is economically destabilizing Ukraine. What will Russia's response be if there are new sanctions on Russia, both financial ones and personal ones?
We spoke briefly about sanctions. My strong conviction is that sanctions don't work economically. I know where the sanctions have effect. They hurt political relations between countries. They create uncertainty for business circles, and it hurts both sides, business communities on both sides. But sanctions never make countries to change their political course. There are no examples in the history of international relations when unilateral sanctions were able to push countries into another direction, contradicting their national interests. So in this sense, sanctions don't work.
Yeah, I think the West regards sanctions as a constraint to stop action. But so you're saying sanctions don't work. So how would the Russian government respond, sir, if Canada began to send weapons to support Ukraine?
Well, it would be unfortunate, and of course it would not make our relations better, because you know, if and internationally, you know, the standing of the countries sending the armaments and weapons to Ukraine. You know, all members of OSCE agreed on the principle that countries with conflicts shouldn't be supplied. It's a voluntarily promise that countries of OSCE made, not to supply such problematic countries with weapons, because weapons only fuel those conflicts. And once again, we would very sad to see that this simple thing is not understood.
Ambassador, the Canada's foreign minister, Melanie Joly, was in Ukraine. She was in Europe talking about this. Have there been any meetings with her counterpart, Sergei Lavrov, between Canada and Russia to de-escalate the situation on that side? Any high-level meetings between the Russians and the Canadians?
Not yet, and frankly speaking, it's a fortune that we would welcome such contact. Her Excellency Joly had a chance to chat with Minister Lavrov on the margins of the OSCE meeting last December in Stockholm, and expressed her interest to come to Moscow for consultations at some point. And my minister extended official invitation to Minister Joly to come to Russia.
You're saying the Russians, Sergei Lavrov, the Russian foreign minister, has invited Canada's foreign affairs minister to Russia. Are you saying Canada has said no, or Canada has not answered?
We are waiting for the answer yet, but it happened in December, so it's an open invitation. When Canadian government is ready, we will be welcome. We will be glad to host Minister Joly in Russia.
Let me just quickly, Ambassador, ask you another question, because the Canadian Centre for Cybersecurity last Thursday released a statement warning of Russian-backed cyber attacks on critical Canadian infrastructure, like electrical grids and energy firms. There's a real concern from our top security that Russia is engaged in hybrid warfare through cyber against Canadian infrastructure. What's your response to that?
It's, well, absolutely false warning, because once again, there is no rationale for Russia to act this way. What practical gain, moral or financial, material gain, would Russia have if it hypothetically engaged in such an activities?
You're saying Russia has no intent to cyber attack Canada, no intent to invade Ukraine. And maybe in the weeks to come, we will see the temperature going down on all this. Ambassador, I do appreciate you joining us today. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Evan. See you again.